What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a review, first impressions on a female product. So, if you are a male, I would highly recommend that you guys exit out of this video because we are about to talk about some things that is really like girl to girl kind of talk. So I'm just gonna put that out there now. If you do continue to watch and you're not comfortable with someone being open about their experience when it comes to female products, then yes, exit now. I'll give you 1 YouTube second to do so, and then I'm gonna carry on. Firstly, if you are new to my channel, my name is Gabrielle.tongol, but you can call me Gabs. My channel is anything from fitness, reviews, nutrition, competing. It's a whole bunch of different things. But lately I've been really into doing reviews or first impressions, kind of sit down video style videos that can just help you guys in any way possible. So that essentially is what you can expect if you guys do want to stick around and hit that subscribe button. So for today's video, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, we are talking about the Diva Cup. This is something that so many of you guys recommended to me on Instagram when I was talking about the time of the month, talking about stocking up on tampons because they were on sale. And so I said that I would try the Diva Cup the next time I had my time of the month after that story. Guys might want to tap out of this, but a lot of you guys are messaging me about this Diva Cup. Can you guys tell me how this works? I've never tried a Diva Cup. I only looked into it like yesterday, but I still don't comprehend how it works. Let me know. But I thought it was just funny how many of you guys messaged me right after, just like either swearing by it or saying that your experience was awful. So I definitely think it's something I just need to try, and we'll see how that goes. And so the time of the month came around, as it always does, every 21 days, and I gave it a try. My experience, whoo! You guys, I don't even know, but if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw a little bit of what I think about this whole thing on my stories because I was kind of documenting it over the 24 hours that I first tried it. And you guys were just cracking up, you know, laughing at me, laughing with me. I don't know, but you guys were hella entertained on that Friday. And I was too, to be honest, because I was just like, man. Happening, so I had to retry over and over and over again and clarify. The insertion part was not the hard part. It's the whole seal part that was difficult and making me frustrated as fuck, okay? Like, it's supposed to open up or pop when it's inside. Yeah, that was... You're welcome for your Friday entertainment, ladies. I have gotten more DMs just saying that I have been entertaining you guys today through my little Diva Cup experience rather than people actually telling me about their Diva Cup experience. And for the guys following along with my stories today, I hope you're just tapping through because this is seriously just a whole other level of like woman to woman conversations. But here's the thing. I'm really trying here, but these last few hours and in this present moment, this damn cup is stressing me the F out. A lot of you guys that I'm talking to are like, don't worry, it gets better. It takes like 1 to 3 tries. Like, it'll be fun. It'll be worth it. But I'm really not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm seeing a different scenario. Like, I really want this to work because it's better for the environment. It's technically cheaper, and you know, it seems like a good idea. But right now, I'd just like my tampons back. For those wondering, it does work because it's working right now. I'm not leaking or anything like that, but we've got other issues. Okay, last note on this whole Diva Cup situation for the day, because I'm gonna save everything else for the actual video, but I'm actually not encountering the problems that I thought I would have. I'm encountering different problems. So I'll get a little bit more into it, but that is just what you can expect. Again, I'm just giving you some warnings of how in-depth this is gonna get and how maybe uncomfortable it'll get for some, but you know what? I'm an open book, and honestly, I watched YouTube videos before I even tried it, and so I'm sure other people who maybe want to try it will want to watch this video too. So I am going to either save your life in a good way or a bad way by having this video up. So let's dive right into my experience with the good old Diva Cup. Okay, so on the screen I am giving you guys a description of what the Diva Cup is, and essentially what it is, it's a great way for the environment. It's a great thing for you because you save money long term. Apparently it's 10 times better than the tampon. So, you know, reading all these facts, I'm like, yes, that is going to be my new lifesaver. It is going to change the game for me when it comes to ant flow visiting. It's just so convincing, right? Like, that's why I just had to try it. So you get it at your local grocery store or pharmacy or wherever. I got mine at Walmart. It was $40, which I thought was a little bit crazy, but when you put it into perspective of how many tampons you're saving, I get how it is better money-wise long term. And then I do understand that it's obviously better for the environment because they're not disposing garbage so much in the plastic from the tampons or pads or all of that stuff. So I totally get the whole concept of these Diva Cups. So like I said, that's an even more reason why I wanted to try it. To give you a little bit of background of what my period is like on a regular basis, it's normally pretty heavy. So I go through the Super Plus tampons like real quick. So like honestly, like a box could last me almost a whole period, just because my period does last about 7 days usually. It's obviously the heaviest in the beginning and then it kind of tapers off. So I tried the Diva Cup. So I tried the Diva Cup literally the very first day of my period, which I think may have been a mistake. I may have should have waited until like it was a little bit heavier. I don't know. I'm gonna give it another try again. But anyways, for this experience, this first time experience, I did try it the first day that my period had some flow to it. So like not when I was spotting, but more so when it like was actually flowing. The day has arrived where we try the Diva Cup. So we're going to follow this user guide that it comes with, and they say that the first thing to do before you use your Diva Cup is to boil your cup for 5 to 10 minutes before using the Diva Cup. Wash your hands thoroughly prior to insertion, and then the moment of truth, if I can even do it. I love how encouraging this user guide is. Like, breathe, you've got this. I appreciate you, Diva Cup, I really do. So after that, it took me like literally a solid 45 minutes to get that thing settled into my vajay, okay? Now, the reason it was so challenging was not because I couldn't get it in. It was because I could not hear the little pop that we're all supposed to hear. Like, the instructions say to hear for a pop or whatever the hell it is, and I could not hear it for the life of me. So I was continuously going in and fixing it, taking it out, putting it back in, all that stuff. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just assume it's good to go. So I just left it. But man, let me tell you, I have never violated myself as much as I did with this cup. Like, no lie, I have never, I've just never done that. I personally feel like that was the most I've ever had to touch myself ever, and I did not enjoy it whatsoever. I don't know, it's a weird experience, just to say the least, for sure. Like I said, we're getting personal, okay, in this video. But anyways, that's just my first impressions, is that I have never felt so violated in my life by myself. So that is the first thing, is that you get real up close and personal with your girl down there. So if you are wanting to try this, just know you will be touching yourself down there more than you probably ever have. Ever. That was something that I just didn't like that much. I'm not comfortable with that. No. So, oh, and another thing, for girls who have like hella long nails, like I had my shorter nails at this time, like long nails. So I wore it, you know, for a few hours and stuff, and I didn't leak or anything. I worked out and it was fine. But the problems I was having was trying to find the fucker, okay? You'll see in all of my vlog footage how frustrated I was and how many times I referenced the cup as a because that's literally what it was to me. I literally broke a sweat from that thing, and it took me almost an hour, like 40 minutes, not even lying to you. That was the most frustrating thing I've ever done. It seems so simple. I watched a few videos, I listened to a few of you guys on your guys' advice. I'm frustrated. I hate this feeling of being so goddamn frustrated of doing something that seems so simple, but it's not. But anyways, 40 minutes later, I think we did it right. I'm going to see. I'm home for most of the day, so we're on the precaution of everything. But let me tell you, I literally broke a sweat and I'm like, my back hurts, my hands hurt, I have carpal tunnel now. That is not easy. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go work out, so wish me luck on that. I am gonna put a panty liner on just in case, because I really don't know if I got that whole seal situation. I do want to give the whole cup situation a try while I'm working out, because it does say that like you can literally do anything and everything without the worry of anything happening. But to be safe, we are going to wear a panty liner so I can see if I do leak a little bit or anything like that. But so far, you guys, honestly, I'm not digging it. It was just so much work, and I've never felt so violated in my life, to be very honest with you. Like, where I started to really dislike it was when I, would go to the bathroom just to check on it, and I could not find it. I could not feel it, and I'm like, what is going on? Did my body eat it? I was low-key freaking out, and this was at the gym. Like, literally, I got out of the washroom and I told Chris, I'm like, we gotta go home, like, right now. That was one thing I didn't like, is that it literally just vanished. But obviously, when that happened, I had to get the mighty Google going and say, what happens when the Diva Cup disappears? And immediately all these threads came up saying, it's normal, it happens, and like tells you like, did you get the right size? And so I did get the right size for my cervix, so that's why I was very confused, because I was like, how did I get the right size and everything, but yet it just got lost up there. Side note, it is normal that it does vanish, and that's because it depends on how high your cervix is. So I'm assuming I just have a really high fucking cervix, because literally you'll see later on with the vlog footage, it continuously would just disappear on me. Like, meaning it would go up in there, like up in there. And that is why I feel very violated using that thing. All right, you guys, so I've had the Diva Cup in for about 2 hours. We just got back from the gym, and okay, so I went to the washroom, went pee before we left. All good, I could still see the little stem, felt fine, felt confident. And then we worked out, and then I went to the washroom again. The is gone. Oh, wait, why are you zooming in? Like, I could not feel it by just like, going a little bit up there. I've got a game plan in case it does stay high up there. And well, I just hope I don't have to use that game plan, because it's just not gonna be fun. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know how the first 2 hours of having it in is, and to be honest with you, it's just stressful. Very, very stressful. So yeah, that's another thing, is you guys want to make sure you guys get the right size for your cervix. There's a lot of ways to figure that out online. I'm not going to give you advice, because this is literally just my first experience, and I'm just learning as I Google, so I just recommend you guys do the same. So that's one thing, is that yeah, I had the right size. The Diva Cup is the biggest one that you can get, so I literally got the appropriate thing for my vajay. I lost it. I honestly could not get it out. I was spending an hour trying to get it out, and when I mean get it out, yes, exactly what you're thinking. You have to go up with your hand as many fingers as you can and just try to freaking find it. And it is so hard, like so hard, because you would get the little tip, and I mean, like, it's like moist in there and shit, so obviously your fingers be slipping, and like I said, with nails and stuff, like, it was hurting, and it was just not a good experience. So I couldn't get it out when we got home, so I just left it, because honestly, it's meant to be in there for 12 hours anyways. It had only been like maybe 3 or 4, so I just left it. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna try again later, because honestly my hand was so tired. Like, I already am being diagnosed with carpal tunnel, so by like at that time I probably already did have it too. So my hand was so sore and my fingertips were getting so raw. I know like this is probably nasty and you're probably laughing at me right now, but this is just the reality of the Diva Cup for me, okay? Like, kudos to the girls that got it on their first try, but for me, that just wasn't the case. I left it alone. I continued not to leak, which was great. And then I tried again before bed and, you know, it took only half an hour, so that was good. But again, like, you're putting your freaking leg up, you are freaking tying your hair up, dropping all your clothes, using the mirror, like, oh man, like you really are getting into it because at this point I'm just frustrated. I want to just get it out. I'm just like, give me my tampons back. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just so over it. I was like, you know, I really want to help the earth. I'm all about saving money. I'm all about ways that are gonna help Aunt Flo's visit be that much more convenient and enjoyable. But at this point, I was just over it. I was done. Before bed, I got it out finally, and the sense of relief was amazing. Like, it was such a great feeling to finally get that out. But it was such a journey to get it out as well. So when you did get it out, you do see all the blood collect into the cup. And it's actually, like, it puts into perspective how much blood we actually expel during that time. And I mean, when you have it in a tampon, it's different. But seeing it in the cup was a different perspective. So that was kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, no, it all collected into the cup and it was easy. I just dumped it out in the toilet and then gave it a good wash. And then for whatever reason, I was like, yeah, let me try it again. I really don't know why I did that, but I did. So after literally spending half my day trying to get it out, I put it right back in when I was done cleaning up the cup, cleaning up myself, cleaning up the floor, because I'm not gonna lie, I dripped a little bit all over the floor in the toilet seat because you were literally like leg up on the counter and just I don't even need to fully explain myself and you already get it. I decided to put it right back in and go to sleep. And like, obviously my mind was already like freaking out about the whole thing because of like what had happened in the last 6 hours. So I woke up around 3 o'clock and I want to just check on it. Couldn't find it again. The motherfucker swam up again up my cervix and it was gone. And I was just like, you know what? It is 3 in the morning. I cannot with this right now. I had a group class to go to that morning and I just made sure to set my alarm a little bit earlier so that I had at least an hour to get it out, because based on what had happened that day, I knew that it could take me a while again. And I got it out, but it was the exact same as the previous times where it just was so high up there. Just so you guys know, so last night had a little freak out because the fucker was gone, couldn't get it out. Finally got it out. I was like, yes. And then, you know, I was like, you know what? We're going to try it again for bedtime. So I put it back in. All was good. I left it not too high. Like, I could still feel the stem and like the bottom of it a little bit. Go to sleep, wake up at 3 in the morning. Gone again. So then, obviously, freaks out again because it's like, fuck, no. Like, I don't need it to keep going up higher. So I wanted to like pull it down. Couldn't pull it down, and it's like 3 in the morning, like I said, so I was just fucking over it. So anyways, I let it be, whatever, go back to bed. Woke up at like 7 and I was like, you know what, I need to get this out because I have a group class to go to, and if I need about an hour to get this fucker out, I need to make sure I get it out. So again, it didn't take as long as last night. It only took like maybe 25 minutes to get it out this time. But it's just so confusing to me because it's like, I don't put it up too high. I have the right size. And my cervix just fucking swallows it. Like, do I just not have the right cervix for it? Anyways, I just decided to give it a break. I cleaned it, put it aside. I'm using tampons for now. And then maybe I'll try later. Because TBH, and this is probably TMI, but this whole video is TMI. My vagina is just a little bit in pain because I've had to like literally dig for the fucker every time. I'm calling it a fucker because it really is at this point. Like, it was nice that it was like on a cup and blah blah blah, but like honestly, I'm digging my tampon more right now. So anyways, I don't want to give up on it just yet, but I need to give my vagina a break. You know what I mean? I just need a break. you know. I like how I'm like talking about this like it's so serious, but it's not. It's just frustrating because I want it to work for me, you know. But yeah, that's the situation. So I'm gonna leave the tampon in for a few hours, and then maybe when I come home from my group class, I'll put it back in for the day, and then go from there. And in case you guys do ever try the Diva Cup and this happens to you, try lube. That is honestly what helped me get it out, just because from trying for so long to get it out, like, if you've tried this and this has happened to you, you know what I'm talking about. If you have not, you're like, what the hell are you talking about? But from having your leg up and your vajay exposed for as long as I did to try to get that thing out, it gets dry up there, okay? And then it just makes it even harder to get it out. Lube is your friend. That is honestly the way I was able to get it out. And you know, while we're on the topic of if it gets stuck, some other things that helped me was literally pushing as hard as I possibly could, as if I wanted to take a poop, but I didn't. So like really like, you know, like that kind of a push. That's what I had to do to help push my cervix down, and that helped. Yeah, the lube and that pushing really helped. And then like I said, some people were saying to like squat. Girl, I was on DMs being like, what do I do? Google, what do I do? YouTube, what do I do? So I did my research, okay? So I'm just telling you based on my experience and my research, this is what worked for me. But some people said to, you know, squat and do that, lay on your back and put your feet up and do that. And I was like, I'm just gonna figure out what works for me. And what worked for me was putting my one leg up and then pushing. Just because I found when I squatted, it would just go back up even higher. So my main thing was just trying to find a position where it wasn't as high. And that's just what worked for me. So if it ever gets stuck, one, try not to panic, because when you panic, you get tense. And the main thing you wanna do is make sure your vajay is relaxed. So don't panic, because it happens. Make sure you got the right size, and make sure the cup, the brand of cup you're using is appropriate to your size. And then, yeah, have lube on hand just in case, and just prepare to violate yourself. And I just didn't try again for the rest of that period. And I think also maybe because coincidentally my period wasn't as heavy as it normally was that time, like maybe that was another thing, was that I know that I think the heavier your period is, the lower your cervix gets or something like that. So that's why it's kind of more meant for the heavier flows. But at the same time, that doesn't make sense, because I know people who literally use this all the time during their period, and that would kind of defeat the purpose of like the cup itself, would be to like use tampons sometimes and use the cup sometimes. Like, you wouldn't want to do that. So I don't really know what went wrong there. I'm honestly kind of scared to use it again, because it just wasn't a fun time. Like, as you can tell by my face, as you can tell through this whole video so far, it just wasn't a fun time, and I really, really wanted to like it. But so far right now, like, I highly recommend you just stick to your damn tampons. Spend that, you know, $10 a box. At least, like, you know it's not gonna swim up there, you know, and you aren't violating yourself as much. But people say that the first 1, 2, 3 times you use it is not fun. So that's why I want to give it another try, but like I said, I'm hesitant. I still have it, I didn't throw it away. So yeah, that's my first experience. Hi. I did really like how clean it was and how unscented it was as well. I did notice that it didn't smell as bad as periods normally smell. It didn't leak, so like it works, you know, like it works really well. So I like that part. It was just the taking it out part, like getting it in, no problem. But again, I couldn't hear that pop you were supposed to hear. But some people said that sometimes they don't even hear or feel it, and sometimes it happens like as you move around after you put it in. So I don't know, either way, if I didn't hear the pop or not, it obviously was fine because it didn't leak. The way you know it didn't seal is if you do leak. So I don't know, that was weird. But like I said, I really did like that I didn't have to change it that like at all. And I like that it didn't leak, it didn't smell, where with tampons, you know, you have to change it. Like, I'm a person who has to change it sometimes every hour, every 2 hours. That's how heavy my flow can get. And you know, that's obviously very inconvenient because you literally have to plan your day around, when am I gonna change my tampon? So that's kind of annoying. And then obviously, like, there's a little bit of a grosser smell with tampons because it's just literally sitting there pooling all the blood. Like, you know. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to get too into it. So there are some pros to the Diva Cup, and I can see how it is a lifesaver, but I just need to figure out why it keeps just going all the way up there. Like, and like people were saying maybe you're putting it up too high. Girl, I was not, because when I put it in, I made sure I could feel like even the base of the cup. Like they say to just feel the tip of the cup. No, I was even feeling the base, and just somehow even when I was just sleeping, not even walking around or working out, it would swim up there, because I thought that's maybe what happened. But yeah, no, I literally reviewed my notes, reviewed what I did, took people's advice, and it just continued to do that. So I'm assuming maybe I just have too high of a cervix for this. You know, people said try different brands, but I can't, like, looking at the measurements of all the other cups, like they're smaller, so actually that would make it swim up there even more. I'm not too sure. I think I need to just again try it out and figure that out there. But overall, my first experience wasn't that great, but I do see some of the pros, and I experienced some of the pros, but I'm not 1000% like, yeah, Diva Cup, let's go menstrual cups, they're the game changer, you need them. Like, I'm not there yet, okay? I'm still team tampon. I was at the point, like, I just couldn't get it out, and I thought I had to ask Chris to go in there. I thought I was gonna have to like go to the doctor or something to get it out there. Like, I told Chris multiple times, you might have to save me. I even told my mom she might have to save me. That's how scared I was that I wasn't able to get it out. Like, I was breaking out, but I learned that you had to remain calm in order to get it out. And so the more breaks I took and the more I was like, okay, you are going to get it out. Like, I had to hype myself up. The more I did that, the more it got easier, obviously, to get out. And like I said, the lube was game changing. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys figure out whether or not you should use the Diva Cup, whether you want to or do not want to try the Diva Cup. I don't know, I'm not 1000% convinced right now. You know, maybe I'll do a follow-up video when I try again a few more times. I'll most likely let Instagram know when I try again, so if you guys want more updates, follow me on Instagram and you'll see all of that there. If you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll help you guys as much as I possibly can. But honestly, I want to thank everyone on Instagram again. I literally felt like I had so many girlfriends that I could talk about this TMI stuff, and it felt great that no one was judging me, and some of you were even going through the same things, and it was a funny experience. I hope this video helps you guys decide whether or not the menstrual cups is a route for you, or, you know, just stay away. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have other things you guys want me to try, let me know. I might regret saying that later. That's it for today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it entertaining, helpful, whatever it is. And if you guys want to continue watching any of my reviews, first impressions on a variety of things, I will leave some videos up right here. If you guys want to join my Gab fam and subscribe to my channel, you guys can do so over here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.